Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin wassalatu wassalamu ala asyrofil anbiya'i wal mursalin sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in, amma ba'd. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. The Honorable Deputy Dean of Postgraduate School of Bogor Ibn Khaldun University for Academics, Innovation and Student Affairs, Dr. Henry Tanjung. The Honorable the Dean of Faculty of Economics and Management of ITB University and also the Lecturer of Postgraduate School, Dr. Irfan Chokibek. And also the Honorable, our distinguished speaker today, Mr. Muhammad Lawal Maidoki from the Sokoto State Zakat and Wakaf Commission, and also all the participants, committee, and also students who came here. I am, inshallah, become the moderator today. So without any further ado, let us start our session today by reciting Surah Al-Fatihah. Hopefully our event today will give us benefit, inshallah, for the future. First of all, we would like to convey our apology for the delay of our event due to some technical issue from our side. And also let us convey our gratitude to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala for His blessings. So today we can gather here, inshallah, to participate in very fruitful event, which is Studium General from Nigeria. And also we are going to see the signation intent of collaboration certificate between Postgraduate School and also the Sokoto State Waqf and Zakat Commission, Nigeria. Without any further ado, I would like to invite Dr. Henry Tanjung to deliver his welcome speech for today's event. Dr. Henry Tanjung, the stage is yours.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. He has 4 wives. So let you know that in Nigeria, some of them they will call ulama if they have 4 wives. Otherwise, not ulama. Brother Muhammad Lawal Maidoki, the chairman of Sokoto State Zakat and Wakaf Commission, and also he is the Deputy Secretary General with Zakat and Wakaf Forum from West Africa, and also chairman of Association of Zakat and Wakaf operations in Nigeria. You know, Nigeria is 70% Muslim. 70% of population Nigeria Muslim, and the total population of Nigeria 220 million. This is not a small number; this is a big number. Maybe if we count the number Muslim people or Muslim population, same like Indonesia. Yeah. So we will listening about Zakat and Wakaf in Nigeria and West Africa from our brother Muhammad Lawal Maidoki. He has experience in education all in Nigeria, right? All in Nigeria. He can speak English, he can speak Arabic, he can speak Nigerian, if you want to speak Nigerian. And okay, without further ado, I would like to welcome you, Brother Lawal Maidoki, and also all the students, masters and PhD students, to join this event. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, before we come to the main agenda today, I would like to invite first Mr. Lawal Maidoki and also Dr. Henry Tanjung for the signation of certificate of collaboration between the institution of the Bogor Postgraduate School of Bogor Ibn Khaldun University and also the Sokoto State Zakat and Wakaf Commission. So please, Dr. Henry Tanjung, with wait a minute first. I would like to call Brother Zulali.
Wait for
Thank you very much for Dr. Henry Tanjung and Mr. Lawal Maidoki for the citation of the certificate of intent to cooperation.
yes.
Okay, so we are coming to our main agenda today. I would like to invite Mr. Muhammad Lawal Maidoki to deliver your lecture today with the topic Contemporary Practices of Zakat and Wakaf in Nigeria and West Africa. Mr. Maidoki, the stage is yours.
MashaAllah. Alhamdulillahi wa kafa. Wassalatu wassalam ala man la nabiyya ba'dah. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wa hlul 'uqdatan min lisani yafqahu qawli. Wala hawla wala quwwata illa billah. My host and the leader and chair of this particular session of today, Brother Dr. Henry Tanjung and his deputy, and also my friend Dr. Irfan Sheikh Juki Bey, and my colleagues, because I'm also a student, postgraduate student of this very important university, a very university that have contributed in so many aspects of the life of humanity. And today we are discussing something very important to the Ummah and to the humanity at large. I would like to begin by thanking the department, the faculty, as well as the entire management of the university for inviting me to interact with you on the subject matter, which today we believe it has solution to the problems of the world, and it is an important aspect to be considered by the United Nations and all others who are concerned with human development. If the world wants to achieve the SDG of 2030, then there's a need for all the stakeholders in the world to look into what Zakat and Wakaf can provide. Down to the memory of history, Waqf has played a very important role in the governance, in providing the budget of so many governments and for so many people to progress in the society. Today, my Islamic education is a product of Waqf. Hardly you find a Nigerian Muslim or an African Muslim whose knowledge of Islam is not from wakaf, because wakaf is yet to be understood and has been misunderstood to a large extent. The only wakaf even the Muslim world are thinking is the wakaf of madrasa, wakaf of mosque, wakaf of cemeteries. But wakaf is more than that. Wakaf is beyond that. And with innovations today, if we talk of wakaf al-bashari, we talk of wakaf al-ilm, we talk of wakaf of development, wakaf of infrastructure. So there are a lot of things to do in wakaf and to recognize wakaf to be able to put it as a tool for development and combating poverty into our society. Therefore, to discuss about Zakat and wakaf practice in Nigeria and also in West Africa in this very important university and to postgraduate students is a very helpful development in terms of moving the concept forward and in entrenching Zakat and wakaf as a main contributor to a social development and economic development of every nation. Do you know that wakaf alone can move the agricultural agenda and the needs of every nation and the world at large? Many people do not know about this because they think wakaf is restricted to only worship. No, in water there is wakaf. In culture, there is wakaf. In many social activities, there are wakaf. We were told that in the early days of Islam, women give out their jewelries and handbooks as wakaf for the poor bride who cannot afford. She goes to a house where that wakaf exists. She borrows. She uses it. After the ceremonies, she returns it back. Are you aware that there is wakaf of cooking utensils? Cooking utensils. Have you ever seen in a hostel where a student or the university gave out maybe a gas cooker as wakaf? Do you know that we can go up to that extent of giving a gas cooker as wakaf? Some of the wakaf you only see at the wakaf of dispensers, or you find some collection of water and then as wakaf you drink. It is not good. But I am just saying this so that now you may even think further about the digital wakaf, the wakaf of ICT. So there are still things to explore in this direction. So today, you are going to hear a little about Zakat and wakaf in Nigeria. Where is Nigeria? Some people think Nigeria is Niger. Niger is different, Nigeria is different. And Nigeria is one of the West African countries. And Nigeria is one of the 4 English-speaking African countries. All others are French and Portuguese. Because we were also colonized by France, we were also colonized by Britain, we were also colonized by Portuguese. Therefore, Nigeria, Sierra Leone, Liberia, and Gambia. These are the 4 West African countries that speak English. No, Ghana, sorry, 5. Ghana. Ghana, Nigeria, Liberia, Sierra Leone, and Gambia. And it may interest you to know that most of the Sierra Leoneans, and most especially Liberia, were deported from the US. Because in the colonial days, we suffered most. Just like I've also seen some Indonesians in South Africa, and we were told they were brought since time immemorial from Indonesia. Therefore, we have suffered most. But when there was the steam engine revolution, when that revolution came, then the West found they could no longer need the number of slaves they have brought from Africa. So part of what they did is to resettle some of them around that area. Now, for West Africa, I also want to give further background that majority of West Africa are Muslims. And the Francophone countries in West Africa are Niger, Mali, Burkina Faso, as well as Morocco, although it's East Africa, but it's also French. Algeria is also French. Then coming down to Gambia, coming back to Senegal, Guinea-Conakry, and Guinea-Bissau is Portuguese. Then you now have Benin, you have Togo, you have Cote d'Ivoire. So, the Zakat and Waqf has been in Nigeria and West Africa since the coming of Islam. And there are good people who are practicing good Islam. And as time goes, when the colonialists came in, then what happened? If some of you are aware in the Quran, إِنَّ الْمُلُوكَ إِذَا دَخَلُوا قَرْيَةً أَفْسَدُوهَا وَجَعَلُوا أَعِزَّةَ أَهْلِهَا أَذِلَّةً وَكَذَلِكَ يَفْعَلُونَ. So they dismantled that economic aspect of the Muslims. They try first of all to make sure that we have a problem of education, except to embrace the Western education. Or the prime for countries is total assimilation. We that are colonized by Britain, we are a little bit better of freedom than those colonized by French. So, but even with that, Allah has helped us to remain Muslims. Just as Allah helped Indonesia and some other Muslim countries to still remain Muslim after the George, after the Japan, after all other colonialism. So what we have today as the background, you can now see, first of all, we start with the Nigerian. It may interest you to know that the issue of Nigeria is something all the African countries are supposed not to be one. So our poverty is self-inflicted, maybe under the colonial concept. Because we are parasites, not even making effort like Indonesia to make some changes in what they need. It's like today we are relying on everything. It went to an extent some few years back that even the toothpick has to be imported from China. So you can see the number of trees if you Google. Some of our countries in the western part of Africa are like Bobo. Some are just like East Java and West Java. The areas that are desert, it's not much. But we have to import toothpick from China. What kind of people are we? These are some of the things that has made many of us and to rely. Some of us have oil, some of us uranium, some of us have gold, some of us, there are many mineral deficits, both surface, ground and underground, but yet they are not effectively utilized. So according to the National Board of Statistics, 63% of us living within Nigeria, 130 million, are multidimensionally poor. 60% of the poor, 86 million, in the northern Nigeria, where majority Muslims, while 35% are nearly from the south. The situation is more or less similar in some West Africa countries, such as Niger, Senegal, Burkina Faso, etc. This requires deliberate measures to tackle the socio-economic challenges of poverty. Therefore, Zakat and Waqf are proven to be instrumental in poverty alleviation wherever they are applied. Secondly or thirdly, those efforts of reviving them is now ongoing, as I have said earlier in my introduction. And it has begun to yield positive outcome. For instance, in Nigeria, the Nigerian Association of Zakat and Waqf Operators were formed to champion the cause of repositioning Zakat and Waqf in Nigeria, courtesy of what we learned from Indonesia, Basnas, Barat, and Zakat National. Next. Zakat is an institution of philanthropy and essential for socio-economic development. But philanthropy as a must, because it is wajib. Zakat is a religious obligation because it is the third pillar of Islam. And anything that you have 5, it is number 3, is central. So centrality is so important. Even in science, we talk about the gravitational force, and we talk of the center of gravity in every aspect, or balancing. Zakat is described as a tool for income redistribution and a mechanism for the development and poverty alleviation. Next. So, literally, if we come to the issue of wakaf, from Arabic word, you know what wakaf is all about, and it is pluralism, it is singularism, but I think technically it is a trust for an endowment that is removed from the private property and dedicated permanently to our property for the generality or for a particular wakaf deed. There will be wakaf for all students of the Faculty of Economics and Management. There will be wakaf for all the students of International University. There will be wakaf for everybody. There will be wakaf for family. There will be wakaf. So this depends on what is the wakaf meant for. Thirdly, it is to be kept in perpetuity for a specific purpose, such as health or education or any needed or useful for the community. This is what I'm trying to say, and we have to agree. This is where we are asking for coming into terms with the importance and also the comprehensiveness of what if applied. Next, in Nigeria, the history of the Zakat institution is as old as the history of Islam itself. I mentioned it is also traced to Sokoto Caliphate. After the jihad of Sheikh Usman al-Fodio, which was governed based on Islamic system. In the 18th century, there was a Mujahid named Sheikh Usman al-Fodio who purified the land from all shirk and established complete Islamic system, including collection and the distribution of zakat among those who are rich and also poor who are in need. So, under the Caliphate, there were many emirates that are in charge of zakat funds through public treasury, Baytullah, where zakat is collected and distributed to the poor and needy in the same territory. This is normal. You all know this from Basnas, you know all this from other zakat institutions here. It's the same. Now, the system was resurfaced with the introduction of Sharia in 1999. After that, there was a very serious problem, which the zakat itself is not in practice. Individuals give zakat when due. Somebody may have 1 million, pay 10 million zakat, but he may decide to distribute it to 100 people, giving each one of them 10,000 rupiah, something like that. So it is just left no law, nothing. And at the end of the day, the system was still even not in place. But there was a political change. And someone came into power and he felt some of the Islamic Sharia have to be reintroduced. And it became a Zafara state, alhamdulillah. And it now signifies the awakening of Zakat practices in Nigeria. So if you want to ask me, when was the Zakat institution in Nigeria now became resuscitated and evil laws were promulgated by different governments? That began in 1999. Currently, there are 4 types of Zakat and wakaf practices in Nigeria. This will a little bit differ with the business in Indonesia. What are they? But before that, I think you need to move this slide a little, if you can, because come again. Okay. So now there's no pointer, but you can see this is Nigeria. This is Cameroon. This is Chad. This is Niger. This is somewhere here. You have Benin, Burkina Faso, Togo, down the ladder. But this is Sokoto. This is where I came from. This was the headquarters of the Sokoto Caliphate in those days. And not only Nigeria, because there was no Nigeria by then. What you have is the Caliphate itself. But after colonials came, now they separated. Now before, we only have northern Nigeria and southern Nigeria. Northern Nigeria is considered from here, northern Nigeria, from here down in the southern part of the country. So this is Nigeria. Nigeria is not Niger. Somebody asked me, how about the food and why the food? I said, I'm not from Niger. I am from Nigeria. Niger speak French, but they are our neighbors, they are our brothers. Niger is somewhere here. We are the same people, the same language, the same majority of us here. If you take us here, we are more than 90% Muslims. In fact, in my state, Sokoto, we are 100% Muslims. So Niger is also 98% Muslims.
Sokoto, Morocco.
So now you can see here, after the colonialists came, each state here, there is a ruler, a paramount ruler. He is called Emir. From Amir, he is called Emir. So all the emirs here are loyal to the Sultan of Sokoto. You understand me? Yeah. But the country has headquarters here in Abuja, just like in Jakarta. Lagos was our former Jakarta. This is our Kalimantan. This is the new headquarters. Yeah, you understand this. You can understand this. So, but our headquarters have already started. So from here you can go anywhere. It's just 1 hour by flight to get all where you're going. So now the president, currently Ahmed Bola Tinubu, he stays in the federal country. But issues of Islam are referred back to the Sultan. So I think you get this from the Nigerian perspective. And there is state-based zakat. When I say state-based, it means this state has its own zakat, this one has its own, this one has its own, this one has its own, everyone has its own. But also, there is the one we call emirate-based. Emirates are the custodian of Islam since before the coming of the colonialists. So they are now the ones in emirate-based who collect zakat and distribute zakat at their emirate level. Then there is foundation-based. In Nigeria, we have some foundations who privately and willingly people give them zakat and they distribute. And then finally, we have the hybrid. Sometimes you have state-based and emirate put together. Yeah. Sometimes you have the foundation and the emirate put together. So that's how Zakat is being collected and also is being distributed. There are laws in some, but in some states there are no laws. Next slide. Yeah. So this is all about the role of Zakat on Nigerian economy. All the technocrats, they have given a solution or forecasted that Zakat, if well collected and distributed, it will take care of the poverty of our countries. And the IDB, Islamic Development Bank, in 2015 under the 80 sponsor, while our GDP in that time is 1.84, but that of the CAF proved to be even 2 point something as you have at 2.08%. Next. So no doubt about that, Zakat and wakaf can make significant impact into our life and our economy. Then Aswan, I made mention of Aswan, which Professor Irfan Chokibe is one of those who supported the formation of the Southern in Sokoto and also the Aswan in Nigeria. Aswan means Association of Zakat and Wakaf operators in Nigeria. Whether it is government, whether it is traditional, whether it is hybrid, all of us, we have agreed to come together and form one body in Nigeria so that we continue to advance the cause of Zakat and Wakaf, and it's what is currently we are doing. We began in 2014, and Alhamdulillah, the aim was to coordinate activities and promote professionalism. Since then, we involved in advocacy, massive awareness, training and capacity building, conferences, and then uniting Zakat institutions across the country. It's very important. That unity is very, very important. And we now, every month, we have an online journal. And I think Brother Irfan used to see it. I hope it will be shared with some of our students here as time goes, because you may find some articles maybe contributed to your research. And then we have training and capacity building. That's what we are doing now, and we have annual conference. This is just the beginning. We have had all the laws, all the approvals, all the certificates from relevant places in Nigeria, and our headquarters is at the Sultanate Council, that's in the House of the Sultan. Next. Now, the kind of wakaf, if we talk of the paradigm shift, it is important at this age of digital, at this age where from here you can speak to somebody in Makkah, at this age where from here you can do $1 billion business through online, from here where robots are being created to do certain jobs. In this world where if you have employee of 100,000 employers, you can pay them at once. In this era where businesses are then including going to the not only going to the sky, but going to the space. In this era where the work of 1 million people is now being done by one person using the computer. Therefore, there must be thinking of how do we now shift from normal collection, from normal distribution. Because if you, for example, our scholars say anything that you are going to handle for Zakat, it should be, for wakaf, sorry, it has to be tangible. You can touch it with your hand, you can see it, or you can, okay. Can anybody show me credit? Or can anybody show me data? Can anybody show me data? How do you see data? If you have to see data or you have to touch it, can you touch or can you hear? Can you touch data or can you see data? Even when you are going to charge your phone, if you are charging your phone, You put data. Yes, you have some numbers. And you get the data. But did you see the data? Can you touch the data? This phone has data. This phone has no data. The one without data, can it call? Can you send message with it? Can you browse your mail?
Yes.
No, it has no data, you can't. But the one with data, you can browse. Am I right?
Yes.
You can talk. You can do all communication because of what? There is data in it. But who can see data? So now, then, there must be thinking. In business today, if you are selling this and it's 1 million, you can have transaction with somebody who is 1 million kilometers away from you. You do the business, you agree, he doesn't even need to come to Indonesia, you send it to him. He gives you your money. In fact, the monies are transferred through the air. Because he will not come with his own money. Maybe you have rupiah, I have naira. Your rupiah will not do anything. My naira will not do anything. So today, there is what they call e-money. In my own country, they say e-naira. So they are now e-money, you know better than I. So there must be shift on collection itself, management, distribution, and the entire management of whether it is zakat or wakaf. So the paradigm shift we are trying at our own level, not like business, not like zakat and wakaf in Malaysia, because we have gone advanced, but in our own little way, we have looked into areas. For example, embracing a digital technologies, as well as brainstorming some innovative aspects of untapped potential. A number of innovative programs have been put in place in the sector as follows. There are areas, for example, agro-wakaf, in particular tree wakaf. Yes, you are poor. I am poor. You are poor. How do we do wakaf? If you have wakaf to build a faculty, that's good wakaf. If you have a wakaf to build a well for people to construct a borehole to drink water, that's good wakaf. If you have a wakaf for hospital to construct a hospital, that's good wakaf. If you have money to construct flyovers, that's good wakaf. If you have wakaf to construct railway station, that is good wakaf. But when you are poor, you have nothing to give out to make construction. What do you do? So some of our target is to make everyone in life do a wakaf. How? To do 3 wakaf. 3 wakaf. You can take free 3 wakaf. You can buy wakaf of 5 rupiah, 3, and you can plant it with the intention of wakaf. That 3, if an ant slept on it, you get reward. If a bird rests on it, you get reward. If it grows and somebody sits under it, enjoy the shade, you get reward. If somebody takes part of it and he gobbles his mouth through aswak, you get reward. If somebody gets part of it and use it as firewood, you get reward. It helps the environment. And the Quran said, وَإِن مِّن شَيْءٍ إِلَّا يُسَبِّحُ بِهِ وَلَكِنْ لَا تَفْقَهُونَ تَسْبِيحَهُ. The Quran said, there is nothing that does not supplicate to Allah, but you don't understand their supplication. So if you plant a tree, that tree supplicates to Allah. Who made it to supplicate to Allah? You who planted it. But it's Allah that gave the tree the opportunity to supplicate to him, and you end the reward. So this is what we felt everybody can do. So you may not go to Al-Qiyamah without having one wakaf to do for the other. So this is too much. Then we have the Casbo initiative. That I will explain later, because when I bring it forward, you may understand. Then the feeding the old age. We saw one system in South Africa, and we felt so. We felt so much that we should have known it much earlier. And we adopted. And what is done is that you ask most to find people who are very old, who have no children to take care of them. People who are old, children cannot care, they have no children to take care of them, men, whether they are male or female. They exist everywhere. They are there. Some of them are very old. Allah has given them long life, 80 years, 90 years. People have even started forgetting about them. So what we do is we ask them to come. Every mosque, we give you a number. Let's say mosque A 10, mosque B 10, mosque C 10. Then we put a date, like for example Saturday or Sunday, and then we now have partnership with the Muslim Medical Association and some other Islamic organization. So that way we keep it that you all bring the old people. You bring the old. The old will come. You look at them. You take their BP. You also take their blood to test it. Some of them, if you see their nails, it's too long. Nobody can find it. So we use the clipper, or we use the scissors or nail cutter to cut the nail. Some are dirty. For one month they are not taken back. You take them to the washroom, you bath them. We buy new clothes, we put in them the new clothes. And then we bring them back. We give them good food. And then we have some entertainment with them. That alone. That kind of compassion to the old may bring the blessings from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in this world and also in the life hereafter. Next. We look at Sozeko in his efforts to use the existing Islamic economic institution to help the humanity, came up with a new Waqf model that can positively help towards the attainment of the SDGs. The Waqf model was established in the year 2014 with the aim of providing a long way of higher potential routes out of rural poverty by contributing to food security and providing safety nets and enterprise opportunities. So Sodeko has first formulated the idea of Waqf, which comprises a number of related programs and activities of the benefit of the community. You can see these are dates which we planted, and within 3 years we have started to see the fruits of the dates. I planted it with my hand, but in 3 years we have started to. So these are some of the innovative ways of making people to do wakaf, and now through this, that's why I said our MOU signing with the University of Agriculture here, we want to explore the value chain of the date farm, tree. Date farm tree is mentioned in the Quran 22 times. Date palm tree is a blessed tree that even when Nabi Isa alayhi salam was given birth by Mary, the mother of Jesus Christ, peace be upon him, the first thing that Allah asked Maryam to do was to ask Maryam, wake up, hold the date palm, shake it, to salqitu alayki rutuban jamia. It will fall on you the days that you take rutab and eat. So when a woman gives birth, one of the best things to do is to provide her with dates. That's the best food she can eat. And it was related that when you give birth to a child, after washing the child, the next thing to do, if there is date, chew date, and then take the saliva of that date and put into the mouth of the newborn baby. I don't know in Indonesia whether that is done. But that is what we done in accordance with the Sunnah. So it's very, very important. It's an international food that is eaten everywhere. Even they control those with high blood pressure. I mean, with high, yes, with the issue of diabetes, to a large extent, they are allowed to take certain part of dates. And dates, if you take 7 in the morning, it is a cure for you against many, many, many diseases which you know and which you didn't know. So there is a lot to mention about the date, both scientifically, culturally, socially, and economically. But because of time, we cannot go further on that. Next. So therefore, our Waqf program in the attainment of the sustainable development goals. We can take first 3 wakaf, ZESPOC. Someone will ask me, what is ZESPOC? What we do in ZESPOC is to make sure that every primary or secondary school that is willing, we create a group of those who will be planting tree, nurturing the tree until they leave the school for their economy and for their life. Next, community orchards. Moringa prosperity belt. I have no time to say much about the issue of Moringa. Then Sozeko nursery operation. Then Date Farm Wakaf Initiative. That's what's meant by DIPWI. Date Farm Wakaf Initiative. Not Badan Wakaf. Yeah. And then 3 Wakaf for mosque. Then 3 Wakaf for livelihood of women. Empowerment. Then we even have a concept we call 3 wakaf for education, 3 wakaf for orphan, and 3 wakaf for newly married couples. 3 wakaf for newly married couples. And then we have Hasbo, then we have 3 wakaf training certification, and Nazri and grade. So 3 wakaf training certification is one of the things that these universities may help us towards development of the concept. Next, we have, this is what is called Kasbu. That's why I say letter Kasbu. Kasbu, in Hausa, we call a chicken kaza. We call a chicken kaza. Kaza. Yeah, kaza. Then, we call a power. This kind of big power, we call it Zabu. Yeah. So what we did now, this is Kaza, this is Zabu. So we say Kasbu initiative. You understand? Yeah. So what we do, we go to the village, we find a woman who is poor or is mother of orphan, so we give her 4 chicken. Yeah. Then we find the eggs of Zabo and take away the eggs of the chicken and we put the guinea fowl of Zabo. So after it's hatching, it will hatch. This Zabo is more sweeter, more costly than Kaba. So if she is lucky, out of 1, 2, 3, 4, she get about 10, then she will have 40 pounds by the end of November or December. We start the program normally in May. Therefore, at the end of the day, if by December she has 30 or 40, each one of them will cost about 1,000 or 2,000 now because things have changed. So if she has only 30, then she can get 60,000 naira. So the woman can use 60,000 naira to buy a goat. Then from a goat to a sheep, from a sheep to a cow. We have good record of women who have done that over the 2-3 years we are in operation. So because of time factor, you can see the poor woman with the number of the prosperity turn to power, and then goats, sheep, and well as cows are still in the category chain currently. It's not showing here. It should have shown. Next. Okay, go ahead. It should have been shown here. Then these are old age feeding program. You can see how we grow. All these people are old, 60 years and above. No younger person like some of you here. So, and one thing that makes them happy is we invite the Sultan or the governor to come, just as you are sitting like this. So you say, I'm come to eat with you. Hey! So you will see old man who is not moving, but when you say, this is Sultan has come to eat with you, you see him rising. So he became excited. So that excitement is also what we are looking for them. And it makes them more healthier. And the society become much more closer and increase love and affection among them. That's what Zakat and Waqf can do. Unlike the interest-based economy. Next. You can see the old. Yeah, this one is the issue of Zakat and Waqf in West Africa. It is not easy in West Africa, but because I don't speak French. So if I go to other countries, they don't speak French and they don't speak English, I don't speak French. So we have to get someone who can do the interpretation. That's how I go. And some of them we organize online. Like now here, we were talking with the I mean, this is Ghana, this is Burkina Faso, this is Mali. So it really well. You would have seen it very clearly. So we hold meetings with them to strategize, and even this afternoon I held a meeting with the Secretary General, Executive Secretary Professor Efan, to discuss on how to go for some advocacy to the presidents of some West African countries who can give us audience to discuss about Zakat. But so far, things are moving, and we are inviting them towards Zakat and work of and other activities across the globe. Next. There are having some challenges, lack of awareness. Maybe you can look at this weakness and then advise us or advise projects to be conducted under this initiative. And some maybe this lack of knowledge on the importance of organizational role of Zakat and Wakaf, higher dependent asnaf. When we say asnaf, there are still people who are very poor, where you have over 63% of people living in multidimensional poverty. You know you have a problem at hand to deal with. Rampant and poor individual Zakat distribution, I mentioned it at the beginning, and then no strong legal backing for enforcing Zakat in some states and in some countries. Lack of political will and the minimum support from some state governments that apply Sharia. Then lack of expertise in Zakat institution. Now, here again, Professor Henry and Irfan, our signing of MOU, this is where it can also help. Lack of expertise in Zakat institution. We lack manpower. If some of you go for attention and you want to come to Nigeria, you are welcome. I assure you, visa will not be an issue. If you are going to stay, come and stay with us. Maybe a project, a dissertation on a subject matter, we are ready. And accommodation will not be a problem to you. The only thing we are not sure if you are a man, whether you are ready to take your wife if you are coming as a man. But for women, no, we are not going to ask you to marry if your husband will not allow you. There is no second husband. There is only second wife where it applies. So, lack of expertise in the Zakat institution. this is a very important area of collaboration. We need more to catch more on the experience of Indonesia, Malaysia, in the management of Zakat. The institutions there, universities do not cover wide course on Zakat. Here there are many areas to carry out research about Zakat and wakaf that could be replicated down to the West African continent. Then shortage of full-time staff. We are also having that problem because our collection of Zakat is not much. So when you have little collection, you cannot spend all your collection on training and capacity building of the staff. Because the asnaf are there waiting. So if you, they will ask you where the money you collect. So you have to give them priority. So maybe in the near future, if we can have more areas of fundraising, more areas. Here I don't discuss much about areas of fundraising, but I believe there are other enterprises that we can make this low level of technological infrastructure. In business here, I learned, even in this university, you do everything online. Even your taxi, if you want to take a tax now, or budget, you just like it comes. In West African countries, it's not possible. You can go to a whole community where there is no internet service. Where there are internet service, you can go to big towns where for the last 1 month they have never seen electricity. So if you want to use technology to collect zakat, or you want to use technology to distribute zakat, it's very difficult. These are some of the, again, impediments that we are facing in terms of real zakat collection and distribution. Now, these are some of the challenges. Then, now, what is our own feeling? Well, not only for this presentation today, as we have come to the end, but we felt there should be strong coordination and unity among practitioners. This is what I am witnessing today here. Anytime I come to Indonesia, I felt motivated. I became more enlightened. I became more exposed to innovations and the management practices of Zakat, as well as in the academic aspect of research and teaching in Zakat. Today here we are. You have given an opportunity to tell you what we are doing. You may take interest to give us some advice. You are becoming enlightened on what Zakat and wakaf is all about in West African continent and Nigeria in particular. So I am also seeing your faces for those who are in the same area of interest. And alhamdulillah, through this, the practitioners are collaborating. The second one is active participation and training and the retraining. It's the same with the one I mentioned. Because training and retraining now, if I have the opportunity to send more, or other countries can agree to send more in this university and other universities to also have their research, maybe their PhD or their masters, or even their BSc, that will help, because the same people, when they go back home, by the time they are enough, so they will be able to do better than us in the field of Zakat and wakaf. Then the other one is also intensive efforts to engage the media and public. People are still not very much aware of what is wakaf, what is zakat, what can wakaf and what is zakat, what can they do for the benefit of the society as a whole. Then the issue of deploying technology in zakat management. Yes, but we have to do our best to gradually introduce, where possible, the issue of technology. Then mentoring and youth involvement across the board is very important, and we have realized it, and that's why we need now more scholarship, more chances to send so many young ones to study. When they study in places like yours here, when they go back, they will do better than what we have done. And of course, collaboration and organization of international conferences. This is what all the Zakat and Waqf Forum is doing. And I have to acknowledge myself and all other institutions of Zakat in West Africa have immensely benefited from vastness of Indonesia. The barat wakaf in Indonesia. Just this afternoon, I've discussed with Brother Dr. on the green wakaf framework concept and to merge it with our green wakaf and blue wakaf concept. We had very good discussion about that. And then, what I did not mention here, there are no much literatures in French on Zakat and wakaf and Islamic social finance. In the Islamic finance today, if the world is talking, the world of Zakat and wakaf world, you will find very, very minimum or even none at all the French-speaking countries. So if we are to help Zakat and wakaf growth and Islamic social finance, then there is a need for us to go a step forward towards providing literature and activities, conferences on French, so that they will be carried along in this very important journey. Next, I think, inshallah,